Hello, this is Kathy from the Daily Marker. How are you doing today? Trying to get back into doing some videos. I watercolored this bouquet that I created with some of Altenew's watercolors, and they just came out with some iridescent watercolor paints as well. And I like to use those as an accent, so I thought I'd take you along with my process, how I inked up the stamp set and created this bouquet. This is such a beautiful floral, and I'm using some of Gina Designs Amalgam ink. You can use it for watercolor or Copic markers. So I've masked off that second bloom there, and then I stamped a third bloom. Now I'm going to sketch some stems just to keep it simple. It's so easy to do. You just draw a crooked line. I'm using this. I use this stamp to the packaging to see where I wanted to place my bouquet. So that's just a little tip. And here's the wonky little lines that I drew. They don't have to look special or anything. You can straighten them out when you paint it. So this is the process. I'm using the Altenew watercolor palette. And what I do is I wet the paint. I put it in the lid, and then I add water. I might add a little pink to it, a little blue to it, and that way I come up with like 3 variations of this purple color. I did this painting like in 3 different, not all in one sitting. That's why I didn't video the process of me doing the first watercoloring. And I decided, well, I'm just going to grab my phone. I wanted to show you, now I'm using the iridescent paints. And I do the same thing when I did my bouquet here. So I have some of the iridescent paint on the tip of my brush only, and then I bring the water up to meet the iridescent paint. I don't want the whole petal to be iridescent. So you can see I'm doing a line of color kind of on that lighter spot of the petal, and then I rinse my brush off of camera, and then I bring the water up to that line of the iridescent paint. And it kind of keeps it there. It doesn't pull down. I'm going to do it again. I'm just adding that line, that one little area onto this petal. This particular petal is more than a line. And then I wetted my brush. I started at the top of that petal, well, it's really the bottom, and I brought the water to the top where my iridescent paint was. And here I'm going to do it again. And again, the reason why I do that, I don't want the whole petal to be, I love these gorgeous, luscious iridescent paints, but I don't want the whole petal to be that way. It looks much better if it's used as an accent. So I'm doing that line of iridescent paint, and then I bring the water up to meet it. And I'm doing that same thing on every single petal here. And that's also how I do watercoloring a lot, because I want to keep that sweet spot, that lighter spot on each petal. I don't pay attention to where the light's coming from. I just want a lighter and a darker area. Now on these leaves, I decided I'm just going to do one half, the darker half of these leaves, with the green iridescent paint. On the flowers, I used kind of the frosty white, and now I'm using the green on these petals. While I was waiting for this to dry, I inked up a stamp from another company, and I had fun playing with all the different colors, and it's really a beautiful stamp set. Now here you can see the glimmer, just the hint of glimmer on each petal and half of the leaf. So it's not too much, and it just gives it such a nice feel. And I love the way that the lighter and the darker area of my petals isn't lost with the shimmer. It's not opaque. It doesn't cover that up. So here is my bouquet with 2 layers of paint and no shimmer, none of the iridescent paints. And then here's the bouquet where I added just that hint. And it really just took my painting to the other level. So I'm going to frame this and gift it probably to my mom. so I didn't make a card with this. But it's so fun to ink up a bouquet and add these little accents. It really makes your project stand out. So I have the 30-day coloring challenge starting November 1st. I hope to see your work. I can't wait. I'm super excited. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.